Afternoon, Jatin.
Afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the Buggy Khana.
Thank you.
So, how's your experience with the concourse so far?
Concourse experience has been going really well. It's a very well organized event in a great setting of Uday Vilas with a lake overview in front of where our cars are parked. Quality of the cars are also damn good and improving every year with every next season. Yeah, as compared to the last time we were here. So yeah, correct.
And now that the judging is over, are you in a more sort of relaxed mode now?
Yeah, I was actually relaxed only even doing the judging because I mean I knew what I have done, so I was pretty much relaxed with the car.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, you've done a fantastic job. I'm just
Thank
looking
you.
at this car.
Thank you.
It's striking, and I've been sort of following little snippets of your build.
Correct.
You've been teasing us a bit along the way.
Correct.
We've been following it.
Correct.
So, if you can just run us through, the car, the specifications, and then a bit about the build.
So this is a 67 1300 GT Junior Alfa Romeo, right? Been in a very long-term ownership of my client. It's been with him for 39 years. It was his wedding gift from his father-in-law, and this car till date was never like fully gone through a ground-up restoration. It was always like kept original, but just kept on maintaining, repairing, just doing doing things. But now that the age had caught up, and now it was time that it needs a full-blown ground up. So that is how we decided that we should do a full ground up restoration. We only started with the car sometime in, I think, mid-September. Mid-September we started with the car and took apart the car completely to bare shell, got it sandblasted.
So sorry to interrupt you, but 6 months, that means broadly.
6 months and 18 days to be precise.
To complete it from scratch.
Yeah. From the point it entered our shop where we did our initial photos and everything inspection to the point it got loaded onto the trailer to come here.
Right. So, I mean, that's pretty remarkable because, I mean, I've been through restorations and a ground up restoration takes much longer.
Correct.
I mean, to do it in that much time is remarkable.
With this car, it was much quicker also because since we have done so many Alphas now, close to about, I think, 5 of them, I think so by now, we know where the pain points are, where we know how it is. And this car I have been maintaining since 2018. So it's a known car for me.
Right.
And the 105 series as a car, which this car is, it's a 105 GT series, which is as a car, the parts are very easy to get. You practically can get everything for the car abroad. And since it's being a small car, it's a very simple car to start off with, but yet so much fun.
Right.
So it's a very quick restoration, but at the same time also it has a lot of intricate small details, which have to be taken care of and factored in, which changed model year wise and everything. But yeah, it helped that I had done my research beforehand while the car was still in the middle stage. So it just saved on time overall, and everything was like, supposing for example, when we knew that after the metal stage the car is going paint, so when the car was already in paint prep stage, all the suspension components and all the other ancillary bits which have to go back onto the car after the assembly, after the paint is done, they were already prepped and ready with blasting done, powder coating done, new bushes, ball joints pressed in, everything is done so that we save on time, and that's how we can rapidly close the car.
Right.
Even the seats and everything were prepped and kept ready for the materials to come in from abroad.
So there's a lot of parallel works.
A lot of parallel work was kept on going on. So basically to do with the rechroming and whatever, so basically whatever could be done parallelly has been done parallelly so that, everything keeps on happening on time and the project is out quickly.
Right. So I think it helped, like you said, the fact that you've done a number of Alfa Romeos. So you already sort of knew where the pain points were, what could be the challenges.
Where are the pain points, which vendors for what parts, so on and so forth.
Right.
That's how.
And was this the original spec of the car before the restoration?
No, so the thing is, if you go as per VinSpec, the car has to be white exterior with a black interior. When the owner got the car for the first time from his father-in-law, it was white. But Alpha and a white, it's not really a combo which we like, which he ever liked.
Right.
So it was immediately changed to red.
Yeah.
And it was very firm that it is going to stay red only. And this is actually an Alpha original color. It's called as Alfa Rosso.
Yeah.
Color paint code being 501. So a nice, bright, deep red. And it just gives a much better character to the car. So the interior and everything is original. In fact, the dashboard and everything is also original on the car. Only the dash pads are reupholstered, but the dash veneer, the gauges, everything is original, and that has been restored back again. Seats have been redone with the original Alpha Sky SKI material in black shade, and so all with the door pads. And one more good thing about this car is, since there's a 1300 GT Junior, it never came with carpets. It came with rubber mats.
Okay.
So it's much more easier
Easier
to do
to
and quicker to
grip.
do as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, I mean, I agree with the decision that you guys made to, convert it into a red color. I mean,
No, so
it's
since
definitely-
even before I knew the car, it was
Yeah.
always red.
yeah, yeah.
So we understood that if we had,
It would
See, the-
make sense to go from red to white. for
correct.
Sure.
And although as per a concourse restoration, it has to go white, but see, end of the day, we also have to factor in that this car has to live with the owner, and what makes the owner happy.
But in a concourse, which we are in,
Hmm.
are they going to deduct points for that?
100%.
So are you going to, do you disclose something like that?
Yes, we disclosed it that it was a white car because we showed the in our book of the car, which is there in the car.
Right.
The build sheet is there, and the build sheet clearly says Bianco, which stands for white.
Right.
And so we disclosed it that we never liked the color as a white color, and the owner decided to change the color back in the early late 80s itself.
Right. So
And since
almost
then it has
40
always-
odd years, it's been a red car.
It's been a red
So
car
we've
since the
just-
time it's been under current owner's
Right.
ownership.
Right. Right.
So there was no point, like it was a very firm decision. That's like it's no questions asked. It is never going to go white again.
Correct.
So
Well, it's gorgeous. It looks great. Any key features that you'd like to highlight about the car? What's it like to drive?
it's a very fun car to drive. Although it's a small 1300cc engine, 1296 to be precise.
Yeah.
For its age and for its technology, it's pretty power packed. It runs twin Delroto DHLA 40 carburetors,
Right.
twin cam engine
Hmm.
with overhead valves, which is pretty much which is pretty advanced for its time.
Right.
And it has all four disc brakes, all four wheels disc brakes. The specialty about this is if you are like on it and you're
Hmm.
driving hard, and if you do like a very sharp corner,
Hmm.
it has a habit of putting one wheel up in the air at the back, and
Okay.
yet it keeps on going. It will not let the rear slide out
Right.
as long as you don't lift it mid corner.
Yeah.
So the chassis grip, which is there,
Hmm.
is so good on it. It is just incredible, like how even with the skinny 165 section tires,
Yeah.
it still keeps on
for
going.
one
Yeah?
second. Where is there's a 4.25 Bentley somewhere?
4.25 Bentleys.
Sunil, do you know where it is?
No.
Maybe it might be down at that section down there, you think?
Oh, God. Get the
With the, it could be, one second.
It could be, couldn't it? Yeah.
Who would know?
What? I can phone my aide de camp lady. She then disembowels herself to find where it is. Really
No.
kind.
So sorry, guys. As you know, I mean, we're in the middle of a live concourse event right now. So there are
Interruptions like that.
interruptions that we have to do.
Yeah, so that's that. Plus, also as a technical feature, it has a 5-speed gearbox again, which is a very advancement for its time.
Right.
And it's all synchromesh. So it's a very advanced car for its time. Like if you say tech-wise, it still is very contemporary to today's times.
Yeah. And
That
how many are there in India of this model?
so 105 GT coupes, known cars, I think about 3 of them. One is this.
Hmm.
Second is Ishtiaq's yellow car. Third is Arjun Oberoi's blue one, 2000 GTV.
What year was this again, you said?
This is 67.
67. So technically, this can be imported into India.
100%.
Anything
100%.
pre-1974 now,
1976 now.
76 now, is eligible for import.
Import. So you can get the entire 105 series range over here now.
Right.
So you have the one in the 105 series, they came the chassis came as a 2-door coupe.
Hmm.
They came as a 4-door sedan, and they came as a Spiders.
Going a bit away from restoration,
Hmm.
what's the sort of global market price for a car like this?
So something like this as a complete project car,
Hmm.
which is like car is badly rusted, but
Yeah.
it is intact.
Hmm.
Right-hand drive, and you can have it if you're lucky anywhere in the tune of say about 4,000 to 7,000 to 8,000 pounds range.
Wow.
And if it's a fully done car,
Hmm.
mint, fully restored, something like this example,
yeah.
they are anywhere in the tune of 25 to 35,000 pounds, depending on engine spec, model year, everything.
So let's say I have to import a car, let's say it's 10,000 pounds,
Hmm.
which needs restoration,
Correct.
right? So landed from that import would
Hmm.
be about 40,000 pounds.
Give or take. I would say about 30, 35, yeah.
Okay, 35,000 pounds landed
Yeah,
with all the duty,
correct.
right? Plus,
The cost of restoration.
what would be a ballpark for restoration?
So that's the best part, right? We got practically everything under the sun for this car. So all your rubbers, complete suspension front and back, complete brakes front and back, parts related to prof shop, parts and interior trims related parts, right? Only thing we have not touched is the engine because the engine was perfectly fine. Gearbox rebuild parts, clutch parts. Except the engine parts, everything else we have got for this because of a full-blown deep restoration. Our total parts build has not cost, including duties, freight, everything, has not crossed 12,000 pounds. Landed, which is not bad for a car of its age.
Yeah.
And everything is available, so that's the beauty of
So
it.
30 to 35,000 plus another 15,000.
Correct. So by the time you're done with your
About
car
50
cost,
lakhs.
you're looking at that much.
It's not bad, Jatin. I mean, I love this car.
You should get
Can you source one?
Of course we can. Of course we can. It's a very it's too much fun, this car. It's too much
it looks
fun.
like it. It looks like it. I mean,
And
I like the
especially-
size and it's just
And especially when you just do two simple mods on this car, it just gets the whole soul of the car out. Like, just puts a sports exhaust with the sport manifold and the whole system along with the trumpets on the carbs.
Yeah.
It just sings so well. It just opens up so well.
You have not done that to this.
No, not yet. But we have already got the parts.
Okay.
After the car is back home, it is going to be than that. For the
Right.
Concourse, we cannot do that because that will be even more point reductions.
Okay. Fair enough.
So that's the whole thing.
Fair enough. So gorgeous. Thank you, Jatin, for giving us a whole insight
Thank you.
into all of this and
Most welcome.
a very well done restoration.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Post-war European classics is the next class G, and a car that many of you will be familiar with, a model that I'm sure you've seen before, although perhaps you didn't expect to see one here in India. It is the 1967 Alfa Romeo 1300 Junior of Behram and Heshir. Good afternoon and congratulations. Third prize, and who is going to be awarding the prize? Duncan, if we could please ask you to come up here to award the prize to Behram Adheshir with the Alfa Romeo 1300 Junior. As the name suggests, this was the smaller engined car in Alfa Romeo's Giulia range, and there was a fun story about this car, that it was received as a gift by the current owner 39 years ago from his father-in-law. It served as his wedding car, and if I remember correctly, Alfa Romeo drivers are a breed apart. But well done for what you have accomplished with the restoration of this car. I think many of us here love our Alfa Romeos, and admiring it over the last couple of days, it's quite something. Congratulations, and please thank the owner for his hard work and perseverance as well.